Hey, we are two Star Wars nerds, and today we are talking about the relationship between Anakin and his mother Shmi in Attack of the Clones, and why it is so important to all of Star Wars.
Yeah.
And, this is part of our Why We Love The Prequels series, and if you are not subscribed already, hit that red subscribe button, because we want to just keep a discussion and a discourse about the prequel trilogy going. And we actually have something really cool for prequel lovers coming up in just a few weeks, and we don't want you to miss out on that.
Yeah.
So let's get into this. This is one of my favorite scenes in this movie. It's one of my favorite scenes in the prequels, and it's heartbreaking. Even before we get going, what's really cool is when Anakin first starts riding off to find and save his mother, Duel of the Fates is playing. And I love the musical motifs in this scene, because not only are you drawn back to a Phantom Menace with, okay, Duel of the Fates is playing, it's, the fate of Anakin, it's the fate of the galaxy.
Right.
There is literally this galactic battle going on, and then you have the same thing, like the decisions he's gonna make on this journey are gonna forever change everything. And I love that they pulled in Duel of the Fates again, and it's just this undercurrent of like something big and something important is going to take place.
It's like a pinnacle moment,
and it really is. And what's heartbreaking is obviously Anakin formed attachments to his mother because he left Tatooine when he was 9 years old, and so he's back, and to hear about his mom being sold by Watto and being married off, and then actually being taken off by the Tusken Raiders, and to find her in this state that we're looking at right now, it's heartbreaking. And you see the love in Anakin's heart. And obviously when she passes away in his arms, you see that anger start to rise up. But you actually had an interesting, perspective where you caught something about basically Shmi's will to live and the timing of this. Yeah, you should share that, because that was really cool.
Yeah, I don't know if it's intentional or just me making things up, but it just seemed like perfect timing that she would pass away while he's there in his arms when she's been gone for over a month. So I was just kind of thinking the last watch through, I was like, I feel like maybe she was hanging on because she had that hope to see her son again, and she wanted to tell him that she loved him. She wanted to see what he looked like grown up, and when she saw that, she kind of just let go and I guess lost that will to live.
Yeah, and man, what's even so crazy about that in the Phantom Menace, how Shmi is always just saying, you have basically, I'm paraphrasing, but you have amazing things in store for your life. You need to leave. I need to stay here. You were born for greatness. You were born for destiny. Right. And to see her still show love in such a broken and beaten state, I mean, it's heartbreaking. But then this catalyst happens. There's so much angst that Anakin has because he's been dreaming of his mother. And, we don't get the full extent of his dreams, but we know that a lot of them tormented him. And especially when he had really those prophetic dreams about what was going on. And that's why he's like, I need to go to her.
Right.
I can't stay here any longer. And, what's just so fascinating is when he just goes crazy and he literally just slaughters an entire village, the men, the women, the children. He loses it. You see Vader break through for the first time.
Right.
And this isn't like him playing Jedi Knight.
Right.
You see the dark side in full force. And if that scene didn't happen, or if it played out differently, I think the whole point of the prequels would be lost, because everything hinges on his relationship with his mother.
Yeah.
And, that's his real family. And then from there, that relationship is transferred to Obi-Wan, and he views him as a father, but it's not reciprocal.
Mm-hmm.
And then that relationship fails, and then it goes to his son, and it goes to his daughter, and it's perpetuating.
Right.
And it's all because of he lost his mom. But getting back to the musical motif, something I really loved is you hear the Imperial theme for the first time. So after Anakin slaughters the whole village and Mace and Yoda are talking and he's confessing to Padme what he did, you hear for the first time that theme start quietly. And as a side note, what's cool, I guess, on musical motifs in this, that theme just keeps reoccurring in the movie, and it gets louder as the movie progresses. And I think it's that theme to show up here first, it's just showing like this is just the genesis, the seed is planted, because each time you hear it, it gets louder and louder, and it's more forward in the mix. And I don't think Anakin and Shmi is criticized at all. I think that this is pretty agreed upon. This is a really important scene. But this is why the prequels are so amazing.
Yeah.
Like, they're not just shallow, they're not just politics. This is real, and this is raw. Like, I mean, for those people who don't like the prequels, like, honestly, like, put yourself in this situation. Like, that's when it becomes real, and you're like, man, I would probably lose it too.
Right.
But, with that, I would love to know what everybody thinks in the comments. Let me know what you think about Anakin and the Tusken Raiders. Let me know what you think about Anakin and Shmi. Do you think this was a good scene, a necessary scene, or do you think it was over the top? With that, we are two Star Wars nerds, and may the Force be with you always.